Hi guys! Before we begin, let us first have our roll call who are joining with us via Zoom and Facebook Live. So, to those BSBA 1A, kindly drop 1A in the comment section and chat box. And the rest of the remaining sections that I will call on, kindly. Okay, so after 1A, let's have 1B. I hope everyone is listening and cooperating. And then after 1B, we have 1C. After that, let's have 1B. And then we have 1E, 1F, and 1G. Now let's move on to the BSBA second year. Let's have 2A, 2B, 2C, and 2D. Next, let's have BSBA third year. 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D, and 3E. For the last, let's have BSBA fourth year. 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D, and 4E. So, I hope everyone operated in our roll call. And then we would like to remind you to adhere to the following house rules and do's and don'ts. So for those, check your internet connection. Make sure that your device is fully charged or you have a charger prepared. Focus on the webinar and the speaker. Mute your audio to avoid unnecessary noise distraction during the webinar, unless you are recognized to speak. Utilize the FB comment section and chat box if you have questions. And for the don'ts, do not have the Zoom meeting in a crowded area. Do not forget to take down notes. Do not leave the meeting in the middle of discussion. And you should not stray to the agenda. Also, further reminder, kindly mute your microphone, fill out your attendance, click the reaction icon if you have your questions, and open your camera. And also, please be informed that the proceeding is recorded. So, for the information of everyone, we are live now at Junior Philippine Institute of Accountants Facebook page. So, I would like you to encourage your fellow classmates and students to join our webinar or to watch a Facebook Live in our Facebook page. So we will start our webinar at 9:30. So now that we are still waiting for our webinar to start, I would like to engage with our Facebook viewers. You can tell us how you feel today. You can all engage with us through the comment section. If you have further questions with the do's and don'ts and instructions for our webinar, you can comment it down below. So we are hoping that our participants and viewers would be participative in this event, so it would be a successful event. So I would like to acknowledge the presence of Sir Landmark Villamor. Good morning, sir. And if you could please acknowledge the presence of our President Nico Ryan. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of our guest speaker, Marlo Astrolabio. Good morning, sir. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. I am Joanna Zina Alisaas, and it is my pleasure to be your host for today's event. Webinars are held to captivate each of us, not just to listen, but to gather learnings coupled with realizations. We are here today to learn, inspired, and be moved. To start with, may I request everyone to please stand if possible for the singing of the national anthem to be followed by doxology. So, unfortunately, we are experiencing a technical difficulties. The moderators are currently working on it, so I'd like to request everyone to please stand by until it is fixed. It seems that it will take a while, so to all our Facebook Live viewers for today's webinar, you can tell us.
By the Lord of sea and sky, I have heard my people cry. Oh, who dwell in dark and sin, my hand will save. I who made the stars of night, I will make their darkness bright. Who will bear my light to them? Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night. I will Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, if you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart.
To formally start today's event, let us hear from our lovely and beloved Junior Association of Marketing Student, JAM Advisor, Miss Valerie Ann Balios Dorado.
To our distinguished resource person, to the organizers of the Entrepreneurs Week, to the Dean and the faculty members of the College of Management, to our dear students, and to all the attendees of today's activity, good morning. First off, I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time in joining us today. As CapSU is committed in delivering excellence and quality education amidst pandemic, we're here right now running virtually our lecture series as part of our 13th Entrepreneurs Week celebration with the theme Resilience Through Change, Embracing the New Normal Towards Student Empowerment and Excellence. Today's webinar will serve as a venue for you, our dear students, to acquire thorough knowledge and information directly from a practitioner and an expert in the marketing field. Specifically, you will be enlightened on how marketers work in the present time and how to ace sales, as our speaker will share some of his top secrets. So by the moment you face the real marketing world, you'll be a lot more confident and pro in the game. So without any much ado, stay tuned, pay attention, and enjoy as we dive in with our quest. Once again, good morning and welcome to CM Talks for the BSBA program.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that welcoming message. At this moment, let us lend our ears to Mr. Glenn Mark Villamor as he introduces us to our resource speaker for today. Sir?
Okay, thank you for unmuting me. So it is my honor to introduce our guest speaker this morning. Of course, he is a graduate of the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management in 2016. As a student, he served as the Chief Executive Officer of the Junior Association of Marketing Students in 2014 and as Vice President of the CapSU Debate Society in 2015 and President of the Future Leaders of the Philippines again in 2015, Debater of the Capiz Debate Society in 2016, and Publication Writer of the Quest from 2013 to 2016. His other significant achievements include being top 14 finalist in the Unilab Ideas Positive Run 5, Best Speaker and Best Debater in Debate sa Bombo in 2015, champion in the 2015 AmCham Philippines Business Plan Competition, national delegate to the 10th Aboitiz Future Leaders Business Summit 2015 in Cebu City, national delegate in the 13th Annual Business Leadership Program of the American Chamber of Commerce Philippines 2015, Philippine delegate to the Youth Model ASEAN Conference 2015 in Singapore, delegate to the 2015 Top 25 Young Marketing Leaders of the Philippines by Mark Prof, and regional finalist in the 10 Outstanding Students of the Philippines in 2016, and most distinguished student of Capital State University in 2016. For his work experience, he started his career being account development specialist of Business People Incorporated in charge of Nestle Philippines products in 2016 to 2017. Then he became activations and merchandising manager of the same company from 2018 to 2019 and as sales specialist slash micro distributor specialist of the Business Wealth Creators Incorporated from 2020 to 2021, and currently he is the trade marketing slash key account supervisor for Western Visayas of Gardenia Bakeries Philippines Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride and honor that I introduce to you our guest speaker this morning, for he is one of the most accomplished students to ever roam the halls of the College of Management, if not Capital State University main campus, Mr. Marlo Astrolabio. Host,
Hello.
kindly.
Okay. Hello, sir. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, CPA students. Thank you, Sir Mark Villamor, for that very wonderful and informative introduction for me. And guys, as you all know, that Mr. Mark Glenn Villamor, or Sir Mark, is my mentor and coach during my college days. And of course, a good morning also to Ma'am Valerie Ann Balios of the CM department. So I'm very excited for this morning, for this talk, because for almost, I think, 4 or 5 years ago, that I uh, engaged myself in CBA, or College of Business Administration, before now the College of Management. I think that's 2017 that I talked also in the Entrepreneurs Week, and now it's a different setup and type. It's because we're in a virtual engagement or virtual interaction, and I hope that you will listen, guys, with my talk for this morning, and you will list down some informations or some questions and ask me after. So now let's start. I think we can start, and I can share my screen now. Mm. Okay, so first is my topic. It's all about the digital integration. It's because that we are now currently facing the pandemic. We will know about how the sales and marketing work inside the different digital platforms of the new normal. But first, let's have a game. So I think I need a help from an officer of the Junior Association of Marketing Students to facilitate who is the winner. Sa Facebook lang siguro, the comment section. I think first we have hello. Sino ang pwede maka-facilitate to help me with this game? Anyone from the officers? It's a simple game. You need to identify the business of the person flashed or the photo in the photo and hit the correct answer in the chat box or in the comment section. So the first person to identify the given photo will win a 50 pesos worth of GCash. So I think I need help from one of the officers of JAMS to facilitate inside the comment section of our live in Facebook page so that anyone can participate in this game. Hello, Ma'am Valerie. I think we can start. Hello po. Am I audible?
Ay, hello, sir.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Okay, okay. So I think we can start now. So first, I think you need to notify na lang po ako if may winner na tayo. It's okay lang. Hello? Because I can't see the comments in Facebook directly. So I really need some help from the
Yes,
officers.
sir.
Okay, okay. Sige. So, okay, first game. So, first game. So, I have here photos of successful tycoons in the Philippines. So, you really need to identify of who is this tycoon. The first one that will hit the comment section correctly will win the 50 peso GCash. So, first, who is that person? Anyone? You need to identify that person to win the 50 peso GCash. So if you're currently enrolled in the College of Management, balaan po nga kilala nyo ni dapat siya of who is this very successful tycoon in the business field. Do we have a winner na? Okay, can you check? I will check. Anyone? Okay, I think I can see Miss Modibel Bigor. Okay, I will identify the winner na lang. So, first nga nag-pop up sa akon nga comment section is Miss Modibel Bigor. So, congratulations. The person in the photo is Mr. Tony Tan Kakchong, the owner of Jollibee. Next. Next, we have here another business tycoon. Who is that? Dapat kilalang kilala niyo yan.
Okay, we
So,
have here Sir Marlo from, I think, ang nauna din sa akon is Mark Cabe in job siya. Is
oh,
it correct?
congratulations. Yes, correct.
Or
Congratulations, Mr. Mark Cabe. Okay. Another one, last round. Kanugon, sang 50 peso GCash. So you really need to be attentive. Next tycoon. Who is that person? One of the most successful business tycoon in the history.
Sir Marlo, I have here from Mary Joyce Lozada. Her answer is Henry C.
Let's check. Congratulations, that's Henry C. The
Officers, kindly take note ha kung sino ang mga na-mention ni Sir Marlo nga winners. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations to all our winners. 3 winners that will win GCash. I will transfer your GCash after the session or the talk na lang. So congratulations everyone. So now, let's proceed. Wait lang. Okay, so now let's proceed with our main topic for this morning. So as we all know, we are facing or currently facing the pandemic, and we will know about how sales marketing works during the pandemic crisis or adapting into new normal. So first, we will know about sales and marketing. What is the difference between sales and marketing? So it's a very basic one, basic information for you to know about sales and marketing. So sales, first is you need to focus on the individual. It's an individual between the buyer and the seller. So the interaction is between the two person, or the two or there's a one-to-one interaction between the buyer and the seller. And when it comes to the marketing side, you really need to focus on the general audience. You need to influence the people on your target market. So in sales, you are focusing on negotiation to an individual. But in marketing, marketing will focus on how he or she influence all the people or the general audience. For example, in an individual, you're going to transact, negotiate one-on-one, and you do the talking. But in the general type of marketing setup, you really need to focus on how you will influence your audience. For example, in promotions, if you enter a supermarket, all you can see inside the supermarket is marketing. The position of the product, the position of your service is already in marketing. The promotional ads, the setup. That's why we can see different sections in inside the supermarket. So the sales or the selling is not just is not existing yet, marketing starts the conversations already. Next is persuading customer to buy. So if you are a salesperson, you are the one who persuading, you are the one who conducts conversation to the buyer. But marketing identify the needs of the customer, of what really the target audience are finding for a specific product or business. Next is bring in sales and follow up. It's the side of marketing. So you are the one who makes the profit. You are the one who converts the product into money and do the follow up negotiation to the one who you are transact with. But in marketing side, you are the one who starts the conversation. Once you scan in Facebook and you can potentially see a product, so that's already a marketing. That's a strategy that they are using the digital platform to network people, to network and connect to your customers. So without any talking verbally, marketing will do its responsibility to network and connect to people. So next is rely on marketing for leads. The sales is always relying on marketing side. Whether it's a marketing material, it's the information about the product, it's about the service. So the marketing will fuel the sales so that the sales will present this kind of information to the buyer. But in marketing side, you are relying on sales to close the deals. So ang kulba ara sa marketing, it's because in marketing alone, you cannot guarantee sales. The salespeople will guarantee a profit to your business. Marketing will do and start the conversations to influence and present or introduce the product or your service that you offer. Next. Okay, another one. In product, how do we identify sales versus marketing? First, I have a product which need to move. My aim is to persuade someone to buy it. So literally, the sales will do the talking. But marketing, I have a range of products. My aim is to ensure that it meets my customer needs. So if your target market, for example, are the one who are love to buy environmental friendly products, so alangan naman that you offer or you strategize to promote this kind of products to those persons who are not in love in buying environmental friendly products. So if you position the product in the right target audience, it will be used by the sales so that it can pursue someone or the buyer to close the deal. So when it comes to pricing, price can be often be the biggest stumbling block. Wherever I go, buyers tell me that my prices are higher than my competitors. So most of the time, salesperson are engaged to this kind of situation. Sometimes mabatian naton na oy kamahal sa imong nga presyo compared to your competitor. If you are starting up your business, ay kamahal sang business asang price ang imong nga produkto or sa imong nga service. Muna ang usually naton nga mabatian, but in the side of marketing, my aim is to capture the value, to understand what people want and what they will pay for. I want to ensure that they don't leave money on the table. So the marketing side will inform, will influence the buyers or the consumers to educate them kung ano ang benefits, ano ang effectivity of that product, of that specific service that you offer. So you are the one who is in charge to educate and pursue consumers and customers to buy that specific product and services. And then the sales will use that kind of pricing or final price to offer to a specific buyer or consumer. And last, we have for promotions. Second to the last, promotion. Promotions which focus on the product and promise a discount are in my option and most effective way of negotiating. But in marketing, promotion should resonate with target audience, which includes anyone who has influence on buying decision. So in promotions, the marketing side will create something different, something enticing promotional activities that will attract consumer or customers. If you're using the digital platforms, like for example, a media platform that is free is Facebook, you are going to introduce your new product. You're going to post it online. You need to have this kind of marketing strategy and first research of what are the needs of your target audience. And after that, you need to transfer that to a salesperson so that they can use it for the negotiation, for in closing the deal. So they are the ones who is in charge, or the salesperson is in charge to present the final output and will choose the right option for the promotion. For example, you have discounting, buy one take one, free a product with freebie. So the sales will identify kung anong best option for that specific buyer. Okay? So next is the audience. Most of the time, I like to speak to the buyer, the person who places the order. I am normally dealing one-to-one. So the audience of the salesperson or in selling is the one who will directly buy that specific product or engage in that service that you offer. So you are going to negotiate to him, to her, one-on-one. But the audience of marketing can be broad, including the specifiers, buyers, influences, and ranging from the users on the shop floor through the people in the customer suite. So the audience will only include the buyer for marketing, but it will include, for example, your influencers for a specific product. It will involve also the people who will try first your product. It will do also engage in the people who will shop in a specific area in that specific grocery store. That's why we have different sections. In the supermarket, we have milk sections, alcoholic and beverage sections. That's why if your target audience is focused on alcoholic and alcoholic beverages, alangan naman that your product, for example, beauty product, may habon, for example, soap, you have a soap. Alangan naman ibutang mo siya sa alcoholic and beverage section, di ba? So you're the one who will identify and make an engagement for your audience, a broad audience in the side of marketing. Next. So this is a good question for you to think. Do you think sales is marketing and marketing in sales is sales? I mean, So let's see. So first, marketing is definitely not selling. Selling may be part of marketing as it involves one-to-one customer interaction, but it is not marketing. A sale is a transaction between two or more parties, typically a buyer and a seller, in which goods or services are exchanged for money or other assets. For example, why is that sales is marketing and marketing is sales? Good example, if you are going to a supermarket and buy some stuff, some products, when you enter a supermarket, all you can see there is marketing. If where we put the different products, for example, as what I have said, a while ago, that there are different sections in a supermarket. That's already in marketing. That's a strategy. If you see a promotional ads, pricing, that's a strategy. If you see a person standing, a merchandiser standing in that specific section or specific aisle or display area, that's already a marketing. But it doesn't guarantee you that it will result to sales. Because as what we have said, sales is typically between buyer and seller. And note that there's an exchange of money for your goods and services. Once there's an exchange of money or assets between the goods and services, that's already sales. That's already selling. So it cannot guarantee you that marketing is sales. It's because it does not translate automatically into sales. You can't automatically say the exchange of goods. But once that there's an exchange of goods and money, that's already the what we call sales and marketing. So remember, selling is marketing, but marketing is not selling. So, okay, with the digital integration, let's first discuss about the digital economy on how COVID-19 has accelerated digital interactions. It's between the pre-pandemic crisis and the COVID-19 crisis already. So we have here the average share of customer interactions that are digital. So it's in the percentage. So between June 2017 and May 2018, globally, the customer interaction, there's no changes. It's 20%. But between May 2018 to December 2019, and that's, I think, almost 2 years, we can potentially see the increase of 16% for the customer interactions in the different digital platforms. But as you can see, when pandemic strike in the first quarter of 2020, between December 2019 to July 2020, there's a big difference because it increased up to 22 to 23%. That's 6 months 6 months from December 2019 to July 2020. So as you can see, there's a big opportunity for us in the digital platforms or using the digital platforms in our own businesses. So I have also here data per region. In Asia Pacific, as you can see, 20% and above yung increase when it comes to the digital interaction when pandemic strikes in Europe and in North America. And globally, it's strike up to 22, 23%. Next. And why do we need to go digital if you're a buyer and if you're a seller? Because we have an endless opportunities. When we say endless opportunities, you need to adapt and fit to all target audience compared before. That if you have an outlet or a kiosk in a specific area, for example, in Rojas City, you do the selling face-to-face, you don't engage in digital platform, you are targeting audience that are passersby, that are in Rojas City only. But if you go digital, you have endless opportunities. You can network to other people. You can network and find customer outside Rojas City and across the Philippines or globally. So there is an extensive reach of potential market. Next, also less manual work. So what do we mean by this? Paperless. All process are automated. You don't need to go uh, on the counter to pay your bills, to pay the product that you purchase, but you can do it using the different digital platform. Next is essentially low startup cost. So it doesn't guarantee or it doesn't mean that you really need a high capital when you start a business. But there are a lot of free ways in the digital world to use for you to start your business, to introduce your business. Most of you are very familiar. It's because most of you are doing online selling. Next is real-time dashboards and reports. What do I mean by this? The monitoring, the checking of the balances of your inventories. You can check it real time, and also you can use this the different types of digital platforms by monitoring of your transactions. Who are the persons who bought the product that you offer, or who are the persons who enjoys their services? So you can check it real time. You don't need to wait. Next is collects data. All the data that you need is inside of that specific application. Or for example, in Facebook, the competitors, for example, if you need to know something of you need to know what are the strategies or what are the promotional activities of your competitors as of this moment. You can search it, you can check it on their website, you can check it on their account, so that you can combat what's in today's or what's really trendy to offer to your target audience. Next, upgrade business performance. You can guarantee the improvement of your business or your service that you offer once you go digital. Next, of course, when you go to digital world, digital integration that we mean, we must have these new practice implementations. What are those new practice implementations? So we have contactless, we have applications, and we have also sharing economy. So what are those three implementations? First, the Amazon Go grocery, for example. Amazon Go grocery is a grocery or a convenient type of store existing in the United States. Why is that? Why is that this is the future of shopping? Why is that this is the store that we want to see in the future, whether we like it or not? So I have here a video I want to share to you of how it works in the United States. But I don't know if it is existing here in the Philippines. But I want to share, share sound, of how it works.
Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl episode number 2. One of the greatest entrepreneurs alive is Jeff.
Wait.
4 years ago, we started to wonder. 4 years ago, we started to wonder. What would shopping look like if you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go? What if we could weave the most advanced machine learning, computer vision, and AI into the very fabric of a store so you never have to wait in line. No lines, no checkouts, no registers. Welcome to Amazon Go. Use the Amazon Go app to enter. Then put away your phone and start shopping. It's really that simple. Take whatever you like. Anything you pick up is automatically added to your virtual cart. If you change your mind about that cupcake, just put it back. Our technology will update your virtual cart automatically. So, how does it work? We used computer vision, deep learning algorithms, and sensor fusion, much like you'd find in self-driving cars. We call it Just Walk Out technology. Once you've got everything you want, you can just go. When you leave, our Just Walk Out technology adds up your virtual cart and charges your Amazon account. Your receipt is sent straight to the app, and you can keep going. Amazon Go. No lines, no checkout. No, seriously.
Okay, so again, that's how Amazon grocery works. So contactless, I mean, in just one app, you can just go to that specific grocery or convenience store to enjoy the different stuffs or groceries that you want to buy without going to the counters, without any personnel inside the store. So in just you need to enter the store, get some stuff, and it will be added to your cart. Once you go out, it will automatically charge to your Amazon account. So you don't need to have this line pa when you go to supermarkets to do the grocery. But I hope that in the future, we will have this kind of grocery or convenience store here in the Philippines. But it is already existing in the United States. Next. I have a question here that says how China is changing your internet. It's because in just one app, WeChat Super App, this is existing already in China. But I think WeChat here in the Philippines is not like this one, like this super app. But this super app is all in one app. That's your WhatsApp, that's your Facebook, that's your Skype, that's your Uber, that's your Amazon, that's your online booking appointments, or you can do online booking appointment through that. You can also potentially see different establishments if it shows a crowded place, a crowded, if it shows a crowded one. And also, it is also an investment. You can do investment through this app and others. So to explain further, I just want to share a short video also for this super app. Wait. Okay. Or how it works. So kindly focus on the video.
But are mutated in some ways because they evolved in a different kind of environment. But things have started to shift in the sense that before, no one outside of the lagoon really cared about the swamp monsters. But now all of a sudden, some of the features they've developed are so amazing that Western apps are trying to copy them. And the greatest example of this is WeChat. WeChat is an example of, for lack of a better word, a super app. It's a Swiss Army knife that basically does everything for you. It's your WhatsApp, Facebook, Skype, and Uber. It's your Amazon, Instagram, Venmo, and Tinder. But it's other things we don't even have apps for. There are hospitals that have built out whole appointment booking systems. There are investment services. There are even heat maps that show how crowded a place is, be it your favorite shopping mall or a popular tourist site. The list of services goes on basically forever. But it's not the variety of things you can do on WeChat that makes it so powerful. It's the fact that they're all in one app. So why does that matter? Hypothetically, imagine you're sitting at home and one day you notice your corgi is dirty. You open WeChat, hit a few buttons, and a few hours later a man shows up at your door with some shampoo and a big vacuum. Your dog gets cleaned and he looks great. You take a photo, you share it with your friends, and tag the dog cleaning business. You haven't left the app. Your friend who likes Hello Kitty and works a boring office job is slacking off at work and looking at WeChat. She sees the photo of your clean corgi. She decides she wants her poodle cleaned. She clicks the tag on your photo and orders the same service. Within seconds, the man with the big vacuum is on his way to her house. She pays him, and he's happy because he got paid instantly on WeChat. She starts chatting with you to thank you. Neither of you have left the app. While chatting, she tells you about a new hip noodle joint. She says, you have to come. It's a schlep, but you accept. She orders food while still at her desk. You order a taxi. She pays for the food. On the way to her house, the man with the big vacuum invests the money he earned from both of you into a wealth management product that's probably a little too risky. Neither of you nor the man with the big vacuum have left the app. Both of you arrive and the app tells the kitchen you're there. Your WeChat profile photo pops up on the wall. It's an old photo from the year you had that weird part in your hair. Of course she makes a comment. Your food is served. You notice your meat is a bit overcooked, so you snap a photo and post a disparaging restaurant review. You're already on your phone and you remember you still owe your friend money because she paid. You transfer her money. Neither of you, the man with the big vacuum, nor the restaurant have left the app. At the restaurant, there are no menus, there are no waiters, there is no cashier. There is only WeChat. By rolling so many functions into one single app, it's altered the concept of virality. It's no longer just videos or images or tweets that can go viral. It's a dog washer, noodles, all sorts of companies and products that get the push of a social network. Here in China, that network is 700 million people. Sounds great, right? Well, it is, but using a single app to find a date, schedule an oil change, or notarize a document also enables WeChat to collect a staggering volume of personal data. They know what you talk about, who you talk about it with, what you read, where you go, why you're going there, who's there, how you spend money when you're online, how you spend money when you're offline. The list goes on indefinitely. For advertisers, this is a miracle. It's the combined data of Facebook, Amazon, Google, and PayPal, all in one place. The problem is, all of the data is information Chinese companies are forced to share with the Chinese government, which has a long record of human rights violations and isn't exactly shy about stalking its citizens. So if you're not in China, why does this matter? It matters because we're starting to see a number of Western tech companies attempt to replicate super apps like WeChat. For the companies, it's incredibly powerful, and for you and me, it's a convenient and even transformative technology. But of course, it could also be problematic. Concentrating so much data in so few hands could lay the groundwork for an Orwellian world where companies and governments can track every single movement you make.
Okay, so that's how the WeChat app works in China. So it's just like a all-in-one an application that involves an all-in-one applications. What I mean is that the parang cell phone that you have a different types of applications. You don't need, but in WeChat super app, you don't need to exit from that specific app. As you can see, 700 million people, Chinese people, are using this kind of app. But in one person that is using this app, almost 50 transactions or 50 50 transactions ang natatransact nila within the day. So they don't need to use WhatsApp, they don't need to use WhatsApp alone, Facebook alone, Skype alone, open Uber, open Grab, Food Panda, but in just one app you can access all. You can pay all your bills. When you go to a restaurant, you just order through this app, and then your photo or your photo and your payment will pop up, and your order will be served. So I hope that soon it will be also engaged to our country, or we will enjoy this kind of app. But of course, the disadvantage, that most of the companies or merchants under this application will monitor all your actions within that day. So next, so first, contactless. A best example of contactless payments is through scanning the QR code. So as you can see, there are a lot of merchants or outlets now are using QR codes to pay. So we have 7-Eleven. So through 7-Eleven applications, or there are a lot of outlets or businesses who that are using this kind of digital platform. They have a personal application to use for their payment methods. So on 7-Eleven, you can pay through 7-Eleven wallet to pay your bill. Also, best example is GCash. GCash can be used in different transactions, paying your bills, paying your groceries. When you buy and enter a specific restaurant, you can pay through scanning the QR code of that specific business or outlet. And also GrabPay. You can they are also using this type of contactless platform for scanning the QR code. So that's the best example for contactless. So there are also pros and cons. In contactless, it can be scanned anytime, anywhere with phones and seamless integration with mobile devices. You can access anytime, real time, whether you're in your house, whether in your work, you can truly access through this different type of methods, especially in scanning QR code. Also provides quick access to information, uses less paper. In just one scan for a QR, you can access data. Also, easy way to track engagement and transparency. When someone is buying your specific product, you can easily track using this type of platform. Also, the benefits both businesses, and customers. So the benefit is not just always about the business or in the business or in the buyer itself, but also in the seller or in the seller also. Inexpensive sites designated to make QR codes free of charge and can easily end on any type of media. So when accessing or generating your QR codes, there are different types of applications to generate QR codes. So that's free of charge. No need to pay for your personal QR codes. Even your account in Facebook, you can make a QR code for that. So that once your friend will scan that specific QR code of yours, it will directly access to your account. Also, info can be updated quickly in just one click with contactless a form of or platform. You can update your information. Next, of course, the disadvantage, lack of familiarity. Not everyone knows about technology. Requires a phone with camera and Wi-Fi to scan and access the code. If you don't have any Wi-Fi connection or data connection, you cannot access or you cannot pay the bill through this platform. But you really need to have a phone, a camera, and connection for this. QR codes also are not aesthetically appealing to some that has a trypophobia. So I don't need to explain what his trypophobia is. And next is other modes of communication may be more beneficial for more senior generation. So as we all know, most of the buyers and the sellers nowadays are millennials, most of them, and they are engaged to different digital platforms. But of course, considering that we have our parents, we have the senior generations who are not tech savvy, so we really need to understand about that. Also, next after that one, best example also via QR voucher code. a Jollibee contactless dine-in, and loyalty promotion of Nestle. So in just one click, you can get a free voucher code when you purchase a milk. And when you go dine in, you don't need to have it in person. You don't need to visit the outlet and dine, but you just scan the QR code, and then it will be delivered to you door to door, and you can dine inside your house. Next, best example also is from my company or our company, the Gardenia Plan Tour. The registration is using a contactless platform that through Google Forms or online, versus before that we really need to have a face-to-face tour prior to the pandemic crisis. But we can now educate people about what the business do or the plan tour inside, how do we make breads through virtual. Also, we have, after the contactless, we have the application. So many industries have adapted by creating their own apps beside having their website and other social platforms. Mobile apps have skyrocketed during the COVID-19. If you listened earlier in the data of the digital economy, how it increased when the pandemic struck. So it really, the what we call parang in or the trend one when it comes to doing business transactions. So in applications, we have a lot of applications now. We have digital payment applications, grocery applications, on-demand applications, entertainment applications, food delivery applications, video calling applications, healthcare applications, and educational applications. So I know that a lot of you now are using these different types of applications. When you open your phone, try to open your phone. You have a lot of applications installed in your phones. For example, when you ordering a food, you don't need to go to a specific outlet or specific store to buy in the counter and pay in the counter. But there's an application, food service application like Food Panda that you can enjoy. In just one click, you can scan different items or menu that you want, add to cart, and of course, confirm for payment, and then wait for a minute. Your delivery will be delivered to you in your house or where you are, door to door. Also, Grab, Pabili, Grocery, you can access also this app, by enjoying the different types of stuff that you want to buy in a specific supermarket or grocery stores. Also, TikTok for an entertainment app that is very viral now for students and youth. I know that a lot of you are using also TikTok. And of course, Netflix. Prior to the pandemic or in the pre-pandemic crisis, of course, these applications are existing already. But as what I have mentioned, a lot of people are now using this kind of different platforms. It's because of the situation. That's why we will take an advantage as a seller or young entrepreneur and as a buyer also for our safety. Next is Shopee. A lot of you are waiting always for the sale online and different promotional activities of the different digital platforms. So best example for that is Shopee and Lazada. So you don't need to go to SM to buy some stuff or to buy your clothes, for example, your accessories. But in Shopee, you can find the cheaper ones that you can guarantee that you can guarantee the quality of the product. So also there are advantages and disadvantages. for applications or using this application, it is convenient, easy access. You can access it always, anytime, wherever you go through your application, different applications in your mobile phones. Staff interaction with customers increases more and more communication is allowed. So you can connect to your staff, to your consumers, to your customers real time. You can communicate them real time versus text messages before. Yes, you can communicate through text messages and through mobile phone by calling them, but through these different applications, you can send the actual the actual picture, the actual photo of your business, the actual service that you offer. You can send videos, how it works, how your product and services works, and also increased customer loyalty with points and reward system. You can easily give, or you can use this application through different loyalty points and reward system once they buy something in your store inside, for example, inside Food Panda. You can give loyalty points through that reward system so that they can enjoy again and buy in your and enjoy or buy again for your product. Next, easy way to promote offerings and saves money in advertising. Compared before that you really need to print out different materials, different posters, different flyers for you to post it, to give it in the malls, in the crowded places. But with the use of different applications, you can post it online. You can network and connect to people, a lot of target audience, and you can save money for that. And access to business analytics. So data's all you need there. You can really easily easily find those different data that you really need. For example, as what I mentioned a while ago, the inventories, for example, the movement of your sales, the movement of your products, so you can access it real time in just one click. The history of the transactions. But of course, there are advantages. First disadvantages is the cost of app development can be high. It can also be time consuming and complicated. If you're in a business and you want to have your own application, the cost of developing the app can also be high. But if you are starting in just a small business, own a small business, you can also use the different free platforms. You have Facebook, Instagram, so that you can enjoy and network to people and find customers. But also it requires monitoring and updated. And what time to time you need to monitor to check the movement of the business inside that application. Also 24/7 service customers. Some apps can set their service like 12 hours, not 24/7, but most of the time it's 24/7. So you really need to check from time to time if you have customer already, someone message you to order, someone is notifying you to order this kind of stuff. So you really need to be awake, to be alive, alert, to monitor to your customers or to your application or in business using these different digital platforms. So next is mobile apps. Don't substitute a website, double the work. So aside from website, from manual monitoring of your business, additional work when it comes to engaging to these different applications. Consumers might have trouble finding your application. There's also no guarantee that the customer will download the app. So if you're going to have an application or you register in Food Panda and you are one of the merchants of Food Panda, for example, you have a business, a restaurant, you cannot guarantee that all of the avid customers of Food Panda will buy your product, will click your restaurant inside that application and guarantee a sale. It doesn't guarantee. And once you have an application, if you have a separate application, it cannot guarantee you that all of the customers or consumers in that specific area, for example, will download the application. So, as what I have mentioned, the marketing will do the talking. Next, sharing of economy. So after contactless, after the application, we have last sharing of economy. What is sharing of economy? It is built around by sharing of resources. It often involves a way of purchasing goods and services that differs from the traditional business model of companies, hiring employees to produce products to sell to consumers. In short, this is not just a traditional type of business. For example, you have a or you are an employee of a company. So in that specific building, you are involved only to employees exclusive for that specific company. But in the type of sharing economy, in that specific business, you in that specific building, I mean, you can encounter a lot of businesses. You can encounter a lot of offerings. For example, sharing economy is a business center in Rojas City. So that's a best example of sharing of resources. Next, also co-working platforms or study hubs in a single room or in just a single space or area. In Rojas City, wala ini or hindi ini existing as of now. So wala pa ako nakita. But here in Iloilo, there are a lot of co-working space, study hubs that you can use. So you can share it with other people. You can pay for an hour or within the day for staying inside this platform, but with other people. Also, house and car renting. Best example is Airbnb. For example, Injap Tower Hotel here in Iloilo City. It's exclusively owned by Double Dragon or Injap. So they are offering all the rooms exclusively under the Injap or Double Dragon name. But in Airbnb, best example is the Condotel. And the different rooms is owned by different owners. That's why if I am the owner of 2 or 3 condo, I can enroll it through Airbnb. So there's a sharing of resources within that specific business or specific building, for example. Also, in niche services, I mean. So niche services is just like you are targeting and segmenting a specific target audience. For example, you are targeting in your business, you are targeting 18 to 25 years old. But in niche services, you are only targeting those person who are fond in purchasing beauty products. So you have a specific or segmented target audience for this. So that's also a sharing of the economy in terms of owning the business, in terms of this type of service. So, of course, we have strength when it comes or advantage when using or engaging in sharing economy. It saves money and resources. The expansion of connections to others will be stronger. The extra income for the providers. For example, best example for that yung the Airbnb. You own the condo or the room. Additional income for you if hindi mo gina-use, you can enroll it through Airbnb. And new and better opportunities. So a lot of opportunities awaits for you when you involve in sharing economy type of business. Next is, of course, we have weaknesses, the safety concerns, the safety of the people. Despite that we are experiencing pandemic, for example, in co-working space, you can involve and interact with different people. You can see a lot of people inside of that specific study hub. So there's a safety concern when it comes to that. But a lot of study hubs and co-working spaces are practicing safety protocols. Few to no guarantee. It cannot guarantee you that all of the people will enjoy sharing of economy type of business. And cooperation with others. Plenty of communication is required to adapt and understand each other's needs. It is also time consuming. So the cooperation of others when using or when involving in sharing of economy. So first, we have contactless, second, application, and lastly, sharing of economy. Why is that I choose these three types of inside the digital integration in doing business, in doing sales and marketing? It's because it's the three types of platform that you can use as a student, as a young entrepreneur. If you are planning to start up your own business, you can start installing, downloading the different applications. Also, I want you to enjoy the contactless or paperless type of paying your bills or paying the products or services that you render from an outlet or from the store. And also sharing in economy because I want you to experience also how it works, how it evolves as the time goes. It's because it's pandemic and it's new normal. We need to adapt changes. We need to be more open to new opportunities. We don't need to stick to a traditional one or doing business in a traditional way, and it will benefit you. It is an effective and efficient way of doing business. I hope that it is helpful for you, especially our topic for this morning. And I want also you students to be more explorative in terms of involving in sales and marketing, in scanning in your applications, in your Facebook. You can search through Google also about the different platforms, different businesses type. So I hope that I impart some informations about digital integration in the new normal, and that's all for my talk this morning. So, Ma'am Valerie, anyone?
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
Sir
much, Sir
Marlo.
Mark. Okay, again, thank you so much, Sir Mark Astrolabio, for such engaging and great presentation of ideas. I know for sure students have learned a lot of knowledge from you that would definitely help them in their future business endeavors. So, as a business student myself, I could say that the topic, which was digital integration, the new normal of sales and marketing, is very relevant and timely. In the heights of pandemic, we could observe how COVID-19 crisis changed consumer behavior and marketing approaches in particular. I know some of you here are online sellers or have tried to purchase online. For example, Food Panda, Shopee, Lazada, and from other social media platforms, right? From what we have learned from Sir Mark, we could conclude that digital integration is cost effective, wider reach in a sense that it could be seen by a lot of audience, engaging, flexible, and a lot more. So at this juncture, we will go ahead and take some time for questions. Just a reminder, please be sure to type our questions into the question box into your control panel. Our Facebook viewers from our Facebook Live could also ask questions. Just type it on the comment section below. So to every participant, if you have questions in your mind that you want to be answered, then this is the perfect time for you to ask.
Okay, anyone who have can have some questions or any sharing that you can impart. If we have young entrepreneurs here that can share if you do businesses already, if you're using this type of digital platforms. So any questions?
Any questions, mga marketista? Or anything that you'd like to share
Oh,
out
hindi,
from the topic shared by Sir Marlo?
hindi ako
Anyone? Hindi na ka mamahuya
Kuya, questions lang. Hindi man, don't need na very formal question.
Yes,
Be
hadlok sa nasi mo,
comfortable.
Sir Marlo.
Be comfortable. Any questions? Basta ano lang question. Don't need to have it very formal question. Someone from participants inside the Zoom can also raise hand or turn on their audio and ask a question, or type your name or question in the chat box. From the officers. Okay, I have we have question from BSBA, Adriana. Would you be able to make more money by reducing the cost to produce your product or services and experiencing a corresponding decrease in sales? What do you mean? And wait. Ano doon lang ang question? Would you be able to make more money by reducing the cost to produce your product or service and experiencing a corresponding decrease in sales? Okay, when it comes to this, hello everyone. Am I audible? Okay. To answer the question, I think it will be I think it is more ano ba? More okay when it comes to doing business using these digital platforms. Because when you use these digital platforms or different application, it will reduce the cost in producing your products or service. Aside from you are doing the promotional printouts, for example, in face-to-face interactions, you can reduce the cost of your product, the cost of introducing this to your target audience or target market. And it will not guarantee you a corresponding decrease in sales if you lessen the cost when you engage to the different digital platforms. Why? It's because it is it will matter the marketing on how you introduce your product or services online. So it's all about the creativity on how you adopt the changes. So if you, and it's different, if you going to, for example, offer a beauty products online versus shirts online, you need to target different audience for this. Those beauty products, you really need to do a marketing strategy or promotional activity, for example, that is very attractive to those person who are fond in using beauty products. So you need to post it in the for example, that the color, the type of color you are using, it really matters. So it's up to you on how you strategize, how you market the product. So it doesn't guarantee you a decrease of sales if you reduce the cost in producing or promoting or introducing your product. So it depends on how you do the marketing and how you translate it into sales. So that's all. Another question. So may question pa? So again, for the question number one, so in reducing the cost of when it comes to producing your product, of course, it involves the promotional activities on how you introduce this to your target audience. It will not guarantee that it will or you will experience a decrease in sales. It depends on you on how you market and how you will introduce your product. Okay. So next, how can marketing be relevant in today's situation, such as the increase in oil and gas? So marketing is very plays a vital role in today's situation. Using the different applications online, you can potentially see the updates. You can potentially see the informations real time. So the increase in gas and oil as of now, you can adapt. For example, you saw a post or you see a post online that there's an increase tomorrow. So real time you can adjust. You can plan out of what is your step towards this situation that will happen tomorrow. So unlike if you are not engaged with different digital platforms or applications, you cannot guarantee the information that there's an increase in gas and oil. So it's very important to the different owners of or young entrepreneurs or owners of businesses that they have this access of information to different platforms. So that's very relevant question in today's situation. So any questions? Okay, you can type any questions, you can type it on the chat box. And also, the officers will check questions in Facebook Live because I can see questions in the Facebook Live. So I think I need some help if there's a question there from our participants. Okay, so I have here questions from Rosie V. You mentioned earlier how important the digital is, especially in business. Since it offers a lot of opportunities and very convenient, do you think that the business in rural areas are able to adapt this kind of way in business since the internet connection is very poor and people are not well educated about this kind of way? So as what I have mentioned a while ago in the application slide, one of the disadvantages are the people who are not used or not fund or not involved in this type of uh, of doing the transactions business online or doing or engaging in different applications, especially our parents or especially the senior generations. And of course we will add those people who are uh, uh, or those people in rural areas, because as we all know, we always experiencing an internet connection, poor internet connection, I mean. So I think it is important to them for now, because now it is important for them to engage also how by the means of educating them on how to access this type of methods through, of course, really need the internet connection, but you really need also to educate people that in rural areas we cannot access automatically, or we cannot enjoy this kind of stuff. But we are the one who is responsible to educate them about this kind of situation. So in your parents, or if you also experiencing poor connection in your areas, the best way or the best thing to do is that go to a specific location to enjoy these different type of platforms. But as the best way we can do if we are experiencing still the poor connection in rural areas is to do the traditional way of doing businesses. That's why in the Philippines, only I think in the Philippines is the we can experience always the slowest and the poorest internet connection, and that's the problem mainly of the people. So the best way to think to or the best thing to do when engaging to these transactions, I think the best way to do is to engage in a traditional type of business. But if there comes a time that we students or you students are engaged also already in this type of platforms, we can educate our parents, we can educate our older generation that these platforms are existing so that they can adapt to changes. And of course, it's for the business. And another question. Currently having my OJT from Elton, having my OJT at FifiBuy. It is like a newest e-commerce platform like Shopee. I am at the business development team, and one of my tasks is to present FifiBuy to clients. I will not ask a question, but I want a tip from you po on how I am going to present and convince client to partner with FifiBuy since it is only starting. So it's the best or I mean the common problem that a starting business ano ba or the common problem that a person or a business person or young entrepreneur faces is that on how to identify and engage to their first consumers or customers. But the best thing to do is that you really need to be comfortable about your business. Know what Fifi Buy is all about. Once you adopt, once you integrate the information into yourself of what Fifi Buy is, you're confident enough on how to present this kind of product or service to your client or to consumers. You can answer all the questions that they wanted to ask. You can present it smoothly, confidently. And of course, after that, you always need the backup of your personnel or your boss to present this kind of service or product. You really need to know what your business is, what your businesses are before you transact to a client or to a person or to a buyer. So you really need to be confident enough in your business. You believe. The most important thing is that you believe in your business. So question. Okay. Other questions? Ano lang? Hello, I'm okay. Wait. I have here question from Zoom. Digital apps and tools is taking over all the work, and man or people is essential for management. Mas is effective and efficient po ba if we make use more of technology while losing people to do a certain job? Okay, a good question. You can use digital platform while having those people. For example, you have a specific outlets or store with different people or staff inside. But as what I have mentioned a while ago, it is a double work when you engage in the different types of application. While you are engaged to your people, you are also engaged to this platform, to this application. It cannot guarantee you that if you use the application, you really need to lose people inside your outlet or inside your stall or your store. I mean, so I think losing people inside the outlets or store is there are a lot of reasons why some of the companies now retrench their people. So I think engaging in application is not a reason for you to to fire a personnel, I think. But as what I have mentioned a while ago, using a digital platform is an additional work for you to adapt the changes, to become, to have the most effective and efficient way of doing transactions and business. And of course, it will guarantee that your staff or people will uh, will uh, will have a time or will lessen their manual work. Next, what could you advise to those who were already in this field, best business, or who may want to start palang? What are the things we could do to sustain and make the business work succeed? So if you are planning to put up a business on, for example, a small business and using Facebook, for example, as a platform to introduce, you really need to identify what specific business you wanted to offer. For me, I always do researches of what's trendy, of what's really I'm passionate about to do business. Kung ano yung love mo to offer to people that will make you happy, that's the most important one or the most important thing that you will first consider so that you are comfortable with that specific type of business that you are offering. And to sustain, you really need to to monitor and be hands-on in your business. And every time that there's an inquiry, you need to uh, to 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 answer the inquiry real time, on time, so that you can build relationship to your customers and network to people. So that's what really matters. Find a specific product that you love so that you are comfortable with, and of course you really need to be hands-on. Questions? Other questions? I think we don't have any questions na. Though wala nang questions for inside Facebook. Parang wala na kami nakikita. I think I can turn over na lang this one to our officer.
So it looks like we've covered all of your questions. Thank you, sir, for answering all of those questions. And now I will present the award of Certificate of Appreciation to our guest speaker for today's webinar. Capiz State University, Rojas City Main Campus, College of Management. Certificate of Appreciation is awarded to Marlo Astrolabio, a resource person, for imparting his valuable insights and inspirations during the 13th Entrepreneurs Week with the theme Resilience Through Change, Embracing the New Normal Towards Student Empowerment and Excellence, held last March 15, 2022, hosted by Junior Association of Marketing Students, given this 15th day of March 2022. This is signed by Dr. Ian B. Orcega, the Dean of the College of Management. So again, I would like to thank our speaker, Mr. Mark Astrolabio, and all the students who actively participated here today. But before anything else, I would like to request everyone to open their cameras for picture taking. Again, we will now have our picture taking with our guest speaker. So I would like to request everybody in this Zoom meeting to open your camera. So all right, that's are you guys with? So before we end this event, let us hear from the JAM's president, Mr. Miko Langurayan, for his closing remarks.
To our honorable and kind resource speaker, Sir Marlo Astrolabio, to our beloved Dean, Dr. Ian B. Arcega, to our ever-supportive JAMS advisor, Ma'am Valerie Ann Balios Dorado, to my fellow marketistas, and to everyone in this session, a blessed day to all of you. First and foremost, I would like to express my appreciation to our resource speaker. Sir, in behalf of the Junior Association of Marketing Students, thank you so much for the time and valuable contribution to our CM Talks, the lecture series exclusively for BSBA students. My deepest gratitude goes to all the organizers and attendees of this symposium. This year's theme of the 13th Entrepreneurs Week is about resilience through change, embracing the new normal towards student empowerment and excellence. Indeed, activities like these in times of uncertainties are beneficial to us. This day was filled with fresh and useful learning from our dear resource speaker. It is definitely a rare opportunity for us students to acquire direct knowledge from an expert in our field. We are blessed to experience this activity despite of the hindrance created by the current pandemic situation. Although we are distant from each other, we meet to collide and gather together virtually to embrace the changes and be resilient on our own and for someone. May all the knowledge and insights from this talk will be applied in our daily lives and be shared to others to make it more meaningful. One day is not enough for us to equip for the future. However, by bringing our learnings into life, it will later on become fruitful and will mold us to be better as professionals and individuals. Again, thank you so much and God bless us all. Padayon CM.
So learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought for with ardor and attended to with diligence. By Abigail Adams. Learning, the acquisition of knowledge and skill, is important in one's journey as we all pursue excellence and strive to be elite. Learning is our requirement. To all business students who are present here today, as we all delve into the world of business and innovation, remember that the vision that unites all of us to be the best and the center of academic excellence in business and administration. Engage, explore, excel. Hence, to officially end this webinar, we will now have CapSU March to be played on air.
CapSU, yes. Persevere in your quest for the truth. Work for quality and service. Strive for excellence, believe in your dreams. Drink from the fountain of wisdom and partake in the banquet of knowledge. Strengthen your wings, spread them wide and soar up high to the sky. March on, CapSU, yes, and hold into the dream of your heart. March on, CapSU, yes, and hold into the dream of your heart.
That ends our event for today. I am Joanna Zina Alasaas, your host for today's event. Keep safe and mabuhay. So, just a quick reminder to everyone to get your your certificate of participation. Kindly accomplish the following: registration form, attendance form, and evaluation form. Thank you.